And oftentimes we wonder if Walmart chose us or if we chose Walmart.
Yeah, gave away all our possessions and moved into this motorhome, and we live in here.
The band is Les Payne Forever. We're a musical tribute to Lush Budget presents the Les Payne product. From the deserts of Arizona, we've been performing at Walmart parking lots. This is probably the 30th one in the past 10 months across from here to Canada.
They let people who are traveling around, they give them a sanctuary.
With what Walmart does to small communities and just sitting on top like this bull in a china shop, taking over all the mom and pop shops, it's really inspirational to us, and we feel like if we're going to rest our heads anywhere, we'd like to maybe nestle ourselves against the bosom of corporate consumerism.
Walmart's also a bizarre thing. I keep hearing more and more things about the actual owner of the place. I don't know if any of them are true. I always hear them secondhand through people. But I hear he was like kind of a swinger type guy, and that in his will, that they had a seance at the last corporate meeting to try to conjure his spirit out.
4, 3, 2, 1.
It's like action, you know, but not in like this like Chuck Norris kind of Charles Bronson way, more in like that kind of like Bruce Lee way, you know, where he'd find himself just kind of standing in front of like a live cow, you know, and he's just focusing, he's prancing, he's dancing, he's almost in a way charming the cow, and while the cow is still alive, he concentrates on his hand to the point where the molecules vibrate so quickly he can enter its torso and pull out its still beating heart. That's love, you know what I mean?
That's where we'd like to be. I think at some point, I'm thinking if we ever reach that, then I think we could say, okay, we don't really need to be in the RV, or it'll be like maybe it's just the kind of thing where we will be like okay with it, just because if we get to that kind of level, not necessarily where we're actually killing a cow.
Well, no one wants to get all mucky-mucky with it.
I think that's the thing about the two pieces, that it's like basically a conversation, and I think that's why it's like the basis of all communication is definitely the conversation that initiates between two people. It doesn't start with 3 people or 5 people, it's between 2 people, and so I think that's why we've always said it should just be the 2 of us. We've heard lots of people say, oh, you should add another member and be a real band, and it's like, a real band? What are you talking about? This isn't about
I don't even
band.
like bands.
Even
musicians in general, like just the gear, all the chords that they use, and the amplifiers,
or something.
all their
like
lame stories about how they met and like what their influences are and stuff like that. It's such a bore.
It's boring.
But I'm glad it's over. Thank God it's over now.
Not necessarily like to make it, or like in the old way of people saying they want to make it, like making tons of money or anything. Although, making tons of money would sure make living in an RV a lot easier. And I think in my mind, I like to see myself as kind of the leader of the group. If there's a group to it, I think I'd like to see myself as a leader, but then I really don't know where I'm going, and I always have to ask Christopher what we're doing.
If you trust us, then you can truck,
Sure. Yeah, we're going places, so if you want to come along, why not?
Get off and dance, get back to friends.